Working here is like being on Mars. We are in a very isolated place, really at the edge of the country. The only way you can get here is by flying. I work in Prudhoe Bay, which is located on the northernmost coast of Alaska, 250 miles north of the Arctic Circle. I grew up in a small town in southeast Alaska. We moved to Anchorage so that my dad could go to work on the construction of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. I've got children who someday may work in this industry, and so there's kind of a multi-generational connection right there. A normal day for me might be 40 below, and the wind is blowing, and it cuts you to your core. When the hairs inside your nose freeze, it's pretty clear that Mother Nature is in charge. I work in the largest oil field in North America. We put 500,000 plus barrels of oil a day down the pipeline. That's a huge amount of oil. That pipe, that little pipe right there, is what connects the bulk of the production from Alaska with the consumers down in the lower 48 states. I am an operations superintendent. My job is to make sure that operations are conducted safely and efficiently. Safety is not a destination. I'm the person that can go out and see the problem, put my hands on the problem, and help find the solution to that problem. In the early 90s, we found ourselves with wells that were no longer productive. Near these wells, there were untapped reserves of oil, and BP needed a way to sidetrack, to move the bottom hole location of these wells to an otherwise productive but stranded amount of oil. I helped contribute to the development of the coiled tubing technology to solve that problem and increase the recovery from this oil field. Instead of using sections of drill pipe that we have to screw together on the rig floor, we have a continuous length of pipe that's spooled onto a reel. You can see that pipe over my shoulder right there. We're able to recycle most of the existing oil well, which reduces the impact on our environment because we don't need as much steel casing. We don't need to re-drill that well. We can take and produce that oil, which will help meet America's energy needs and reduce our reliance on imported oil. When this field was discovered, the engineers calculated there were about 9 billion barrels of recoverable oil. To date, we've recovered over 12 billion barrels of oil, and the field is still growing strong. That's pretty amazing. The success we've had is because we function successfully as a team. That's very important to BP, and also that's important to me personally. There is still 50 years of oil here. If we didn't have techniques like coiled tubing drilling, those pockets of oil would never be produced. The challenges are high, but the future is bright.